kept there watching, or silent flocks by night. Behold, throughout the heavens there shone a holy light. Oh, oh, go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Mary's baby is not just an ordinary baby. Tell him the Savior is born. Oh, born. The shepherds feared and trembled when low above the earth rang out the angel chorus that hailed our Savior's birth. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Mary's baby is not just an ordinary baby. Tell him the Savior is born. Oh, is born. Down in a lonely manger, the humble Christ was born. God sent us salvation that blessed Christmas morn. Oh, 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 and go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Mary's baby is not just an ordinary baby. It's not just an ordinary baby. It's not just an ordinary baby. Tell him the Savior is born. The Savior is born. Is born. No. A ray of hope flickers in the sky. A tiny star lights up way up high. All across the land dawns a brand new morn. This comes to pass when a child is born. Silent wish sailed the seven seas. The winds of change whisper in the trees, and the walls of doubt crumble, tossed and torn. This comes to pass when a child is born. Rosy solid ground. For a spell or two, no one seems forlorn. This comes to pass when a child is born.
Gentlemen, at long last we are back in the room and we are presenting for our party tonight Mr. Daniel Veira. Followed by Mr. Nick Veira. And we have Claire on vocals. And the lovely Mark on piano. And of course JV, the birthday boy himself.
Wow, goodness. Let's sit down. How you doing, everybody? Nice to see you. And let's put our microphones on. Here we are. Well, welcome. And it's lovely to see you all here. Happy Christmas, that's all I can say. And do you know what? In a strange and a marvellous way, wherever you go and wherever you're looking, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Take it away, Mark. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look at the 5 and 10. It's glistening once again with candy canes and silver lanes that glow. Oh, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store, but the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door. A pair of hop-along boots and a pistol that shoots is the wish of Bonnie and Ben. And Dalton will talk and we'll go for a walk is the hope of Janice and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. Oh, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. There's a tree in the Grand Hotel and one in the park as well. It's a sturdy kind that doesn't mind the snow. Nothing worse than watching a fat man dance. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start, and the thing that will make them ring is the carol that you sing right within your heart. A pair of hop-along boots, a pistol that shoots is the wish of Bonnie and Ben. Dolls will talk and we'll go for a walk is the hope of Janice and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. It's... oh yes, I forgot that bit. Oh, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Yeah, everywhere you go. Take a look at the 5 and 10. Well, it's glistening once again with candy canes and silver lanes that glow. Let it snow, let it snow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store, but the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door. A pair of hop-along boots and a pistol that shoots is the wish of Bonnie and Ben. A doctor will talk and we'll go for a walk is the hope of Janice and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. For the last time. Here we go. Shall we sing it together? It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Christmas. Oh yes, everywhere you go. Take a look at the 5 and 10. Well, it's glistening once again with candy canes and silver lanes to glow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store, but the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be. Good, isn't it? On your own. Mr. Veira on bass, Mr. Nick Veira on cajon, on vocals the lovely Claire Wheeler, and of course, oh look, it's Mark. Exactly. And for those of you who don't know that little in-joke now, whenever we get Mark in, they always say, oh Mark, you're at last somebody who can really play the piano. Anyway, it's Mark, it is lovely to have you. All these guests in, it's so wonderful, isn't it, to play together. There's nothing like it. Why don't we do a little bit of, you know what I'm talking about, mistletoe and wine. You can join in on this one, okay? Out there and in here, we've got a whole audience. Can we show a picture? Have we got a picture of the audience? Here we go. Wave, wave, wave. There they are. Look at them all. Look at them. All out, all over the world. You're going to South Africa at the moment, South Africa, New Zealand, Australia. The whole place is just welcoming you. So here we go, mistletoe and wine. The child is a king, the carolers sing. The old is past, there's a new beginning. Dreams of Santa, dreams of snow, fingers and mom, faces aglow. It's Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children sing Christian rhyme, with logs on the fire and gifts on the tree. A time to rejoice in the good that we see. A time for living, a time for believing, a time for trusting, not deceiving. Love and laughter and joy ever after. Ours for the taking, just follow the master. Come everybody in my lot. Here we go, you ready? Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children singing Christian rhyme, with logs on the fire and gifts on the tree. A time to rejoice in the good that we see. A time for giving, a time for getting, a time for forgiving and for forgetting. Christmas is love, Christmas is peace, time for hating and fighting to It's Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children sing Christian rhyme, with logs on the fire and gifts on the tree. A time to rejoice. Do that one again. Let's all together sing. It's Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children singing Christian rhyme, with logs on the fire and gifts on the tree. A time to rejoice in the good that we see. It's Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children singing Christian rhyme, with logs on the fire and gifts on the tree. A time to rejoice in the good that we see. Beautiful, beautiful, lovely. Round of applause. Come on, loads of applause, please. We're working here. Do you mind? Do you know when that song? Anybody? Come on. People, you know, I know Joy. Joy is all the way from Joy and Gareth. They come from Wales. And have you got your passports and have you had your injections and all that kind of stuff? Yeah. Right, but you're a bit of a Donny fan, aren't you? Donny Osmond. Yeah, I know. She's very. Give me a D. Just give me a D. And they called it puppy love, just because we're in our teens. How a young heart really feels, and there's something, and I wish something. You ready? 2, 3, 4. I cry each night. You've got to join me on that bit. Right?
I remember the second part.
So Donny Osmond, so she's yeah. I feel for you, my D is Aing and A and back today, then. I G. I wasn't going to go there. Forget it. It was going so well. So this is not the Donny Osmond show. But does anybody remember when Mistletoe and Wine was written?
88.
Ooh.
89.
You're very close.
87?
87. In fact, it was Sue that told me that. So 87, that was written. And I still think of that as a contemporary song. And that's how disturbing life is. I think it's classic. It's far too quick. And life goes too quickly. And I think we should sing I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas. Should we try that one, guys? Okay? Because that one's a goodie. And dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops they glisten and children they listen to hear the sleigh bells in the snow. Sing it for me, sister. snow. Give us me, sister, come on.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. With every Christmas card I write, may your days be merry
and bright, and may all your Christmases, may all your Christmases be, all your Christmases be white. Be white, and may all your Christmases be white. Beautiful. Wow. Thank you very much. Lovely. I've already lost the order. I don't care. The order. that it goes to show. Maybe that's what we're supposed to be doing. Now tonight, what we just wanted to do was have a bit of a jamboree. You know, a bit of a kind of a good time, away from the strictures of anything else that we've done in this room before. And of course, having people here does restrict us in some way in space terms. But Mark, you haven't been back to the room since last year when it was in the old Steinway room. This is Steinway Hall, isn't it, basically?
Steinway wing, yeah.
Yeah, the wing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did always used to talk about having
yes, you can use that mic.
the wings, didn't you? The wings of the house.
The wings of that. But what do you think?
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Amazing. Yeah.
It's a lot of work
So it's
gone
like
into it.
it's like a tiny desk concert.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
one of those.
Yeah, that was happening during
things, yeah.
lockdown.
But we're all much older.
We-
than all the people
we
in those
are.
concerts. Don't know if anybody knows those things, but they're lovely little gigs. A lot sort of big artists who do concerts in this around a sort of desk. It looks like a little classroom, and they're very popular on the internet. They're amazing,
And they're fantastic
Reminds me of
musicians.
that. But it's beautiful, yeah, to have just a really intimate little
Yeah.
gathering, isn't it?
Yeah, it
just
is.
gives us something to.
Well, and I
Vibe off.
didn't know that Nick and Dan were coming until a couple
About
of days.
2 days ago.
2
really.
days ago.
Yeah.
And Dan, I'd mentioned it to Dan and Nick before, and they're busy and all the rest of it. But it was what I thought was how nice it was. We got the band back together again. Do you remember
Yeah.
when we were on tour? We were on tour. How many years ago was it now? It came up as a memory when we did the Newport Theatre in the Isle of Wight. We travelled across
Yeah.
on the ferry together, and the
10
picture
years
came
ago,
up.
was it? 10 or so years ago?
Was it 10 years?
At least
Something
that,
like
yeah.
that.
It was 10 years ago.
It was a great gig with Raul Oliveira
Yeah.
and
yeah.
all of that kind of stuff, you know. And we could afford to do it in those. We could afford to tour in those days, couldn't we?
Yeah.
But it was great actually playing together. And these boys now are in a band together. Sometimes Dan plays in it sometimes, but Nick and Matt are in a couple of function bands, and one of them is called the Rome Tones. It's on the front there. You can get that. There we are. It's the Rome Tones, and they go around roaming around on weddings and such things. What's that like, Nick? Do you find what do you find?
Really boring. Really boring. Next. No, yeah, it's fine. It's great. It's we're kind of essentially a mariachi band, but I don't know, not Spanish.
But what do you do when you get to the table? What?
So not a mariachi band. We're a moving band, so we kind of go from place to place instead of kind of being all like mic'd up and stuff like that. We just go around parties and weddings and venues. And
So what's that you're wearing? Because not everybody knows what that is.
this is called a Schlagwerk.
Yes, which is very rude, isn't
No,
it?
it's not at all. Just the name of the company, and it's essentially a cajon with a seatbelt, and something that you can have on the side as a jingle bell sort of thing.
Is it very heavy to wear?
No, not at all. It's really, really light in comparison to a whole drum kit. So,
But
it's
show us what you can do with how many sounds there are on the
well, there's
kit.
1, there's 2, and there's 3. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Show us again.
Whereas Mark's got like loads of keys. I've only got 3 things to play with, but you can hit the side as well.
That's good.
Then you can take it off.
And then sit down and go out of the room.
Then you can put it back on.
Back on. It's hilarious. And so Dan, you played double bass as well. You're never as confident playing that, are you?
I play the double bass ish. Yeah.
But do you like playing it?
Yeah, it's fun. Occasionally, as Dad said, I'll play with Nick in the kind of the Wilderman setup, which is the other band. So we play in the evenings, and basically I just have a go at jamming out on the double bass. And
Dancing.
The great thing is you can't really hear enough on the double bass when people have had enough to drink. So they're actually not listening to any of the notes I'm playing. So it just looks really cool.
Yeah.
And that's enough for me.
But can I ask you? This is just a very. But that you guys used to spend hours out here in the studio once we built. That was right, wasn't it? When your kit was up in here, it was set up here, or drum kit, and you learned together from when you were very young.
I was going to say, it's quite strange being back in this space where we would just jam out for hours, and suddenly we're back in here. We've played together in here for a long time, and suddenly we're back here doing a show that has cameras and people and guests and everything else, and it's wild.
Very weird, isn't it?
20 odd years ago, we were just kind of starting out on our instruments. And
Look how far we've come.
Look how far we've come.
Yeah, wedding.
We've landed right back where we started.
No, it's lovely having you. And Claire, for you came in the show recently, and you so wowed people, and your voice is an absolute killer. We love it, and your presence in the room actually really just filled it. One of my memories of you singing was "Both Sides Now," doing that the classic song, and we have never practiced that one. That's not one you fancy doing today, is it? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we might do it later on. But I thought what we could do is, how about you singing that song that you in the bleak midwinter? You've done a recording of it, and which you can get on Spotify. You can find it on what's the outlet on One Voice, isn't it? It's called One Voice on Spotify.
A wonderful American high school choir called One Voice, and they're sort of one of the best in the country, and they commissioned this arrangement from me a really long time ago now, and they had some kind of like 20-year alumni thing, and they said, we want it to be for 3 voices, like featured soloists, and then like all a cappella and stuff. So it started out as that, and then it became a big band thing, and then big band plus choir, and it's had like 10 different iterations, and I'm not really sure what this one is, but we're just gonna give that some sort of a go. But the thing I love about this song, so this is in the bleak midwinter, and the words, of course, are by Christina Rossetti, and this is the Gustav Holst melody. The thing I've recently had quite a few conversations about these words, and in particular about the first verse. With people saying like, oh, it's so annoying, the snow on snow on snow on snow. I get the idea. And also like, why talking about this super like English or European setting, of winter and Christmas when that's not where it happened. And for me, that's exactly the point of that verse and repeating that word snow on snow. It's like in this, cold, dark, bleak, English, European, whatever our context is, it's so far removed from really anything about the original Christmas story. And I think that's what she's saying is like, even though we're here, like we can engage in this idea, and we can really use our imagination to have empathy and to be curious about it. And the main reason why I wanted to arrange it is the line, what can I give him, poor as I am? If I were a shepherd, I would bring a lamb, What can I do? I can give my heart. And so for me, that's like just a symbol of like, whatever you have, like bring it to the table, bring it to the people around you and to the people who need you. So that's why I like this. So that's good. I need a D major situation. Yeah.
And then you're going to give me an idea of the tempo.
Sure. Do you want to? Yeah, we'll just see what happens. In the bleak midwinter, frosty winds made moan. Earth stood hard as iron, water like a stone. Snow had fallen, snow God, heaven cannot hold him, nor earth sustain. Heaven and earth shall flee away when he comes to reign. In the bleak midwinter, a stable place sufficed. The Lord God Almighty, Jesus Christ in the bleak midwinter, in the bleak midwinter, in the bleak, in the bleak, in the bleak midwinter, in the bleak midwinter, in the bleak. What can I give him, poor as I am? If I were a shepherd, I would bring a lamb. If I were a wise man, I would do my part. Yet what I can, I give him. Give my heart in the bleak, in the bleak, in the bleak midwinter, in the bleak midwinter, in the bleak. Oh, give my heart in the bleak midwinter, in the bleak midwinter. Give my heart, give my heart in the bleak midwinter, in the bleak midwinter. Give my heart, 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 give my heart. Oh, give my heart.
Nicely done, nicely done. And the room filled with the reverberation of a mezzo-soprano voice. Now, many years ago, how did we, for those who didn't watch the show that we did together, you started learning with me operatically, didn't you, young lady?
I did.
Back in the day. How long ago was that? 20, was it 17, 20 years ago? 25?
I was
17.
17. And I'm still very young.
You're very young, so...
It's not as long as
No, okay, it was a long time ago. So, I mean, you decided then, because I knew at that time that you could have chosen to go either way, either to classical music or into jazz, and into more popular stuff as well. And why did you choose jazz? Because it's a question I've often asked Mark. Why did you choose jazz? You know, why choose jazz? Why? Why did you choose jazz? Because there's no money in it, boy. I said, look at me. I thought, I've got a studio now. Look at that. Look, you see?
Yeah,
Opera.
so have I. Yeah.
Oh, yes, you haven't. Yeah, it's true. So what made you choose jazz?
It wasn't so much a choice about the music actually, as it was about the community that I found within the other jazz musicians that I was playing with. And I don't remember if I told you this detail or whether I remembered this later, but actually you invited me to come and hear the dress rehearsal at Glyndebourne for some Janacek, and I loved the music. I was like, this is amazing, you know, and I was still in this point of trying to decide what I wanted to do. But I had like a visceral dislike of something to do with how the main soprano did her role.
And Euphyllia.
And I remember saying that to Jonathan, and he's like, well, that's nothing to do with her. That's the producer making that decision. And I was like, oh, well, that's not for me. Someone telling me what to do all the time? I don't think so. And it kind of, you know, that's the humorous version of it, but it kind of was about that. I was like, I could spend 20 years waiting for my voice to mature and waiting to do real roles and do real things, or I could be making music right now and be considered allowed to do that and be really learning and making music with other people, and that there aren't rules. And the other thing was about the difference between playing a character and being myself, like the first person versus a character. And I don't think that's a right or wrong thing. I think that's a personality thing. But those were the two things that I sort of boiled it down to.
It's interesting. I mean, that's hiding behind a character was one of the things that I actually could find that I could be. In fact, the Jonathan Veira that started out, as Sue would know, was not the Jonathan Veira that is now. And the Jonathan Veira that was a boy, that's my mother, my dear departed mother, who's just, those of you who were sending loads of cards and flowers and things like that, thank you so much for all your concern and your care and your love. We had the funeral a week ago now, and so it was tough stuff, but it always is. But equally, my mother was not she was not a sentimentalist, and she would say, no, you've got work to do, you've got to carry on. So there were lots of tears, and every now and again there's a tear. I listened to a Jim Reeves song and I'm in tears because Mum loved Jim Reeves, and we had Jim Reeves at the funeral quite a lot. So it was, it's been tough. But music, I found, and I said this to my students, and I said it to nearly everybody, music is a healer. Music helps you to heal, and it puts you back in a different place. So when I came back, I sat and played the piano. That's what I do. And the song that she liked, actually, it's interesting, all my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good to me. And my mother, 92, loved this really contemporary Christian song, and it was a good song. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. And that was my... There I've gone. I was fine up till I just said that. And that's how it catches you, isn't it? But I'm not backing away from that. I don't mind about crying in public. And we all had a good cry. My boys were absolutely brilliant during the funeral. They all got up and spoke, I was so proud of them. And Sue, the same. Everybody got up and gave a good account of their relationship with Mum and how she was with all of us. So it was a great occasion. But music, she listened in. One of the things we said, she listened into this show for the last, nearly 4.5 years, nearly 5 years. And she would often listen to her service on the Sunday night. I listened to my service on the Sunday night because she couldn't get out by then. But she said, I always listened to the show. And she would write in if she would tell me the next day she didn't like it. She used to say about my voice. She said, your voice is all very good. They only came to 2 operas I ever did, 2, in all the time that I was doing it. They weren't really into this kind of stuff. They liked the gospel music, but they weren't into it. And but she said to me, yes, I like your voice and all that. She said, but it's all that whoa-ing that you do. Which I thought was, thanks for that, Mum.
You do that a lot, to be fair.
Yeah, to be fair. Yeah. Nick, a bit of comment.
Constructive feedback, I think that's what you got from Grandma. So,
So-
you should have thanked her, really.
I'll see myself out.
I'm done for the rest of the evening. I got my laugh.
It's a cheap laugh, but it's quite fun. Anyway, we're gonna do a song. I've just got down "Fly Me to the Moon." Why don't we do that? We used to do, because now you've taken it off. You can put it back on again. And this one we recorded. You can get it. It's on Spotify. You can see it live in London. We did this, and Matt sang it with me. So we're gonna have to make it up as you go. "Fly Me to the Moon." It's in Jip. "Fly me to the moon." Right. So you ready? We sing it together. I start. 1, 2, 1, 2. Fly me to the moon, why don't you fly me to the moon? Fly me to the moon, why don't you fly me to the moon? Fly me to the moon, why don't you fly me to the moon? Fly me to the moon, why don't you fly me to the moon? Fly me to the moon, let me sing among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, oh darling, kiss me.
Oh, fill my heart with song. Let me sing forevermore. Oh, you are all I long for, what I worship and adore. In other words, please be true.
In other words, I love you. Come on, take away. That'll do nicely. Come on, fill my heart with song. Let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. Oh, in other words, I love you. There we go. Mark, your jazz playing is incomparable. No, I'm going to say incomparable. Well, it is quite comparable to somebody else, but you've just been playing. Tell us about this latest extraordinary project. You've been down in Eastbourne. We're going to come and see you. We're going to come and see you on February the 1st, just in case you want to come down. February the 1st at 12 o'clock, I think it is. We're going to go up to Ronnie Scott's and join you and Arnie Sovergy and a whole lot of other people playing big names. And those of you, Arnie Sovergy is played on the Christmas album. It's Christmas time. Those of you who didn't know that. And so, what are you going to be doing? What's that all about? What's that project?
Couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I was doing a recording in a studio that we've worked in many times, which used to be ICC Studios and then became Echo Zoo Studios. And they've got an old, in Eastbourne, and they had this 1924 Steinway grand piano in there, and which had come from the Congress Theatre in Eastbourne when they refurbed a couple of years before that, and they had 2 grand pianos in there, and they didn't know what to do with them. Really, it's quite hard to kind of sell older pianos sometimes, and they ended up in this studio. Anyway, we were doing a recording, and during this making of this album, there were a few times, and people said, "This sounds a bit like this Duke Ellington album," which is called Money Jungle, which is a very particular sort of style on that album. So we just referenced that album. We're all sort of fans of Duke Ellington. And the week after that recording, the engineer in the studio sent me a photograph, and he'd found this vinyl record in a charity shop, and it said, it was called Duke Ellington, The Eastbourne Performance. And it turned out it was the final recording that Duke Ellington made before he died. He died the following year, and then the album was released a year after that, posthumously. And it turned out it was on that piano that, because it was at the Congress Theatre, that ended up at this studio. And so this became known as the Ellington piano to us. I just couldn't believe it, that this was his last sort of recorded performance on that piano. So Arnie actually had the idea straight away and said, why don't we do an album based on the music from that concert, loosely based on the music from that show, on this actual piano, and it's all recorded on old vintage sort of analog recording equipment.
And those of you that analog, we now record digitally. Everything that we've got here tonight, I think, is digital. I think I would be right.
So as we recorded, we used tape, all old microphones and actual tape machines. So that became this project, the Ellington Piano Project, and we did a tour in the autumn with that, promoting that album, and it actually, I mean, the story really kind of took off, and it actually made national,
a lot of national,
BBC national, it was on local news, and then actually made it to national news. And we did a concert at the Congress Theatre about 6 weeks ago.
It's a beautiful theatre.
And it's the 50th anniversary of the Duke Ellington final concert, and we did it playing that music.
How did that feel? I mean, my only thing, when I played Falstaff for the first time, right, by Verdi, I played it. It was the year that Geraint Evans, who had been the most famous Welsh bass baritone, marvellous, and he'd become very famous for doing the Verdi's Falstaff. So, when I came in 93, I think it was, wasn't it, Sue? 93. I first did on it, and that was the year he died.
Right.
And that year became then, anybody who was doing Falstaff in that year became quite profiled. And they, can you match up to him? Was the great,
right,
all the reviews, the national reviews, and many of the reviews actually referenced him in terms of my performance, what I'd done, which was, but for Ellington, such a man of not just piano playing, but arrangements, wasn't there?
Yeah,
and tunes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, can you play us? Can you give? I haven't asked you this. Is there anything you could play that might?
I mean, the ones you'd probably know most of all would be "Take the A Train."
Yeah.
That's really best. But he
improvisation on that, didn't you?
we didn't actually do that tune.
didn't
That's no, it wasn't on that record, but that was probably the best known tune. But he wrote many hit records. I mean, that was the thing back in the sort of 50s, 40s, and 50s. He was sort of master of the 3-minute single and wrote had lots of hit records. And when jazz was sort of in the charts, and also, the thing was that doing that, I mean, I was already a big fan of his, and I mean, he was an extraordinary musician who had a band, and he toured. He was still playing like 250 concerts a year right up to the sort of end of his life. And when that concert in Eastbourne, just before he died, it was the end of a very long tour. And he...
Did you hear that, Sue? 250 concerts a year until he died, right?
He just worked and worked.
Yeah, well, you see, you don't want to die, so...
And he was... he had a very loyal band, and he used the same musicians for years and years, and he wrote specifically for the players in that band, even though it was a big band, which is often quite interchangeable, musicians coming and going, but he had some really iconic jazz musicians that stayed with him for many years. But as you said, the thing of doing this project and sort of even delving more and more into his music and his history, it was really special for me because as an arranger and a producer myself, he was an incredible arranger and producer, and he always just played what was needed for the music, even though he was a great soloist and a very individual musician. He would often play very little, and everything that he did play, interjecting with the big band, was all like incredible hooks and riffs, and it all meant something. There was no sort of fluff. And on some of his albums, he doesn't even take a piano solo to like the third or the fourth track. He's always featuring other people. And he had this whole vision of the band and the sound, and the writing and the arranging and the musicians. And he was always organic. He didn't just jump on and play the first thing that came into his head.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about here, musically, you can have the show-off lot who just want to be featured in everything, or you have people who just want the music, who love the music. And one of the things I've always worked with, we've worked together for 15 plus years, 20 years, 15 years must be. And the first time I heard you, we always say this, always joke, I went, oh no. And Sue said, what? I said, he's really good. And you weren't nearly good, you were the real deal, as Neil talked about you. And when we got into the studio, Mark is never, I dread to say it, but you're more like Basie in your attitude. You go for the feature, and you go for, can you create a warm sound? Can you create something that's going to say something, that's going to mean something? And that's why we continue working together, I think. But Basie, when I heard the stuff, it's just, I saw a lot of stuff with him in his latter years with Oscar Peterson, the famous pianist Oscar Peterson, who was the virtuoso almost par excellence. But he played with him, and they were so humble, and Peterson was beautiful with him as well. He wasn't as virtuosic but they shared a common thing about music. Yeah. I mean, listen, why don't we play a song? One of the things that we talked about was the Carpenters. They're moving straight from, without any move at all, from Count Basie to the Carpenters. Now, why the Carpenters? Well, Mark and I were just comparing notes. And we were brought up on the Carpenters, on It's Yesterday Once More, Shooby-Doo, Wang, Wang, whatever, or Lang Lang, or what's another Carpenters song? Come on, everybody shout.
Goodbye to Love.
I'll say goodbye to love. No one ever knows if I can live or die. All the songs. You are the one who makes me happy. The Randy Edelman song. I knew them all. And wait, oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Wait, oh, and all of these songs, and we were allowed to listen to them. That's the other thing. The Carpenters were a clean-cut band, and in America, while Simon was listening to really depressing music by Lou Reed, Slit Your Wrists to Lou, and who else was it? Leonard Cohen. You love that. And you was it you that sung a song for us when we were away? Who was that by? Was that? Yeah, the American
Tom Paxton.
Tom Paxton.
American pop-like talking, Vietnam pop-like talking blues. Yeah.
Oh, could you just
sing it?
Pass that over to him. No, I don't want you to do it. I just want to talk to you. About it. So nobody heard all that. So you were you listened to the really depressing stuff like Leonard Cohen, like the Hallelujah. And nobody knows that song is not about Hallelujah. It's really about something really depressing. But for you, why did you like that stuff and not the Carpenters?
I like Leonard Cohen because I could pick up my guitar and imitate Leonard Cohen. Because he doesn't have he just have a sort of a growl, and you don't have to sing very closely in tune, and I can do that.
You can do that. I have to say, Simon used to be in my choir, and that was true.
It's a great skill.
I used to say to him, I'd like a note, not an estimate, and that was like
true.
But Julia, could you pass the mic over then? And Julia, who's married to Simon, you would have loved the Carpenters.
Loved the Carpenters.
Did you used to sing
All
any
the
of the songs?
harmonies.
Did you?
Yes, loved it.
What was your? Do you remember what your favourite song was?
I can't remember now.
I know they
Goodbye to Love.
Okay. Yes.
I think that was one
Let's
of my
say
favourite ones.
goodbye to love. No one ever cared if I should live or die. And it was actually all around these places. It was clever though,
Yes.
because Richard Carpenter was clever, and he was a good musician. She was a great percussionist. She was a drummer, and she played good, very, very proficient and very well. And then they told her to get from behind the drums and just sing and use that voice. And the voice, I think, was just, it is legendary for its mellifluous quality.
And another band was Bread.
Bread.
And the Moody Blues.
The Moody Blues. Yeah, can we turn it off, please? Can we turn the yeah, it's starting to get now it's too cold. Just turn it off.
Thank you very much.
And see, rather than putting it up, yeah, turn it off. That's it.
They're talking about the aircon.
So Bread. Oh, turn it back on. Thank you.
Wonderful harmonies.
And that was, baby, if you only knew everything I need, I get from you. I think about it every night. Giving out of that and don't, baby. You don't remember
I remember that one.
Baby, if you only knew everything. And he was always about depressing songs, wasn't he? I read your diary underneath the tree and started reading about me. And I was all happy, and I read it, and then the last verse is, and then I read it, and I realised it wasn't about me, it was about someone else. You're in there going,
Baby, I'ma want you.
baby, I'ma want you. Baby, I'ma need you. You're the only one. What's the Nick stickers going?
Nick's wanting to die.
Are we playing a song or not?
What's your favourite Coldplay song?
Oh, well, that's loads of
No,
them.
I'm joking.
Loads of those.
So why did you start this conversation? Were you headed
Right,
towards a
heading back.
Carpenter song?
Yeah,
a good
because the
one.
Carpenter song that I love. Nick, could you pass it over? Please?
Yeah.
The Carpenter song that stuck out for us was this incredible jazz number, This Masquerade. And of all the ones, Richard Carpenter features in this one and he improvised, I think, this one first. And then, Mark, what's your history with it? You transcribed it.
Well, I just remember having it. It was on the B-side of one of those hits, and I must have been 12 or something. And I learned the piano solo from it because it was sort of
That's what
early
you did.
exposure to a jazz piece of jazz playing.
Yeah.
And he just plays a brilliant solo on it.
He
I
does,
remember
actually.
sitting and with the cassette and rewinding it over and over again and learning his
Writing it out.
solos. Yeah.
Well,
And that's how you kind of
so
learn-
let's
learn
have a
jazz,
look, see
really.
if we can do it now. Do it some justice. There we go. F minor.
It's quite fast, isn't it?
Are we really happy with this lonely game? About that.
F, B flat.
Yeah.
2, 1, 2, 3.
Are we really happy with this lonely game we play? Looking for the right words to say. Searching but not finding understanding anyway. Oh, we're lost in this masquerade. Both afraid to say we're just too far away from being close together from the start. We tried to talk it over, but the words got in the way. We're lost inside this lonely game we play. Thoughts of leaving disappear each time I see your eyes. And no matter how to say we're just too far away from being close together from the start. We tried to talk it over, but the words got nowhere. We're lost inside this lonely game we play. Thoughts of leaving disappear each time I see your eyes. And no matter how I try to understand the reason why we carry on that way, we're lost in this masquerade. Oh, we're lost in this masquerade. We're lost in this We're lost in this Well, we're lost. We're lost. Well, we're lost in this You know, that's a beautiful hour spent so far. We're going to have a break. We're going to give you a break. We're going to watch some Christmas videos of mine, and we're going to go and stretch our legs, and we're going to come back, and some great new tunes coming your way. In the meantime, before we move and before we get in the cameras, thank you so much for joining us so far. I hope you're enjoying it. And don't forget, don't worry, Lorraine Cooper, we've got a song coming up for you. Mary, Did You Know? That will be, I hope you'll enjoy it an awful lot. And very many other tunes before we have to say goodbye and happy Christmas to you. Anyway, a big round of applause, please, to Mark Edwards on piano, Glenn Wheeler, Dan Veira, Nick Veira. Right, we'll see you in just 10 or so minutes. Thank you very much.
Since the day the angel came, it seemed that everything had changed. The only certain thing was the child that moved within, on the road that would not end, winding down to Bethlehem, so far away from home. Just a blanket on the floor of a vacant cattle store. But there the child was born. She held him in her arms, and as she laid him down to sleep, she wondered, will it always be so bitter yet so sweet? And did she see there in the straw by his head a thorn? And did she smell there in the air on that starry night? Then the words of ancient seers tumble down the centuries. A virgin shall conceive, God with his Prince of Peace. Land of sorrow, strangest name, O Joseph, there it comes again. So bitter yet so sweet. And did she see there in the straw by his head a thorn? And did she smell there in the air on that starry night? And as she watched him through the years, her joy was mingled with her tears, and she'd feel it all again, the glory and the shame. And when the miracles began, she wondered, who is this man? And where will this all end? Till against the darkening sky the sun she loved was lifted high, and with his dying breath she heard him say, Father, forgive, and to the criminal beside, today with me in paradise. So bitter yet so sweet. And did she see there in the straw by his head a thorn? And did she smell myrrh in the air on that starry night? And did she hear angels sing not so far away? Till at last the sun rose blood red in the morning sky. You stepped down from heaven, humbly you came, God of all creation, you with us, in a starlit manger, Emmanuel, light of the world, here to save. Adore, come let us adore, Oh, come, let us adore Him, the Lord. Worship Christ, the Lord. Let all that is within us adore. Wise men bring their treasures, shepherds bow low, angel voices sing of peace on earth. What have I to offer to heaven's King? I will bring my life, my love, my all. Adore. Come, let us adore. Oh, come, let us adore Him, the Lord. Worship Christ, the Lord. Let all that is within us adore. Angels sing, praises ring to the newborn King. Peace on earth, here with us, joy awakening. At your feet we fall. Angels sing, praises ring to the newborn King. Peace on earth, here with us, joy awakening. At your feet we fall. Angels sing, praises ring to the newborn King. Peace on earth, here with us, joy awakening. At your feet we fall. Adore. Come, let us adore. Oh, come, let us adore Him, the Lord. Worship Christ, the Lord. Let all that is within us adore. Come, let us adore. Oh, come, let us adore Him, the Lord. Worship Christ, the Lord. Let all that is within us adore Him, adore Him.
Hello.
Boom,
harmony, sing it out if you can.
Silent night,
Holy night.
holy night.
Son of God loves pure light.
Son of God loves pure light. Radiant beams thy holy face.
With the dawn of redeeming grace.
With the dawn of redeeming grace.
Jesus, Lord.
Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth.
Right, we're all going to sing it to you in harmony together, without the piano. Ready? Everybody together in the congregation as well.
Silent night, holy night.
All is calm.
All is calm, all is bright. Round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace.
Well, whatever Christmas you're having, we welcome you back to JV live from the Steinway room with special guests Mark Edwards on the piano, Claire Wheeler on vocals, and Nick on cajon. He's just going to pick that up in a minute. And Dan on bass. Nick Veira and Dan Veira, my two sons who've been playing in this room about 25 years ago when we first constructed it. It's lovely actually to have them here playing with me, doing all this. But actually, the joy of playing together is what we love as musicians. One of the things that I always say to you is the sadness of one-man shows is that they're one man, and it gets very lonely, doesn't it? It gets lonely. Those of you, Dan, who doesn't get to play as much because he's up in Bath. What do you fill your time with musically? What do you do?
Good question. Musically, not a lot at the moment. I'm involved in church and playing in church, and we're kind of moving around churches quite a lot because my wife is currently trained in kind of the trainee years to be a vicar. So we're bouncing around churches. So it's quite nice that I feel like my contribution and my ability to tap into a network comes from my bass, comes from music, and my way of connecting with people and feel like I'm serving the church very much is through that. So that's a kind of comfort for me.
But
and also safe place. I feel so much safer behind the bass at church than I do kind of doing the talking bit and getting to know people. So yeah, I do.
Because you're our quiet one, the quiet middle one. Nick is the incredibly loud, unlike me, and the last one. But you're much more you find it like me difficult to go into new situations and meet people. So how's that been with going into new churches?
Yeah, it's been interesting. I think my wife has definitely been good at kind of leading the way in terms of getting to know people, and it's having because I'm a teacher as well. Some of the churches we've been at Bath, I actually have recognised some of the parents and some of the people that have taught at my school. So it also is quite a nice way in to talk a little bit about teaching and my identity as her partner going through that, rather than just the kind of the vicar's husband, as it were, kind of, and knowing that that's something that I'm able to bring to the table. So it's been an interesting one for me to navigate, particularly as an introvert, someone who doesn't naturally take to conversation with new people. But I feel like I'm managing it quite well, and as I say, having the bass as a means to be able to connect with people has been such a blessing for me, actually.
With you, Claire, do you get
you teach at Guildhall School of Music. You're head of the jazz vocal faculty, and what does that involve exactly in terms of playing and singing and stuff?
Quite a lot, because I have to accompany all my students, for example. So my arranger's piano chops came together quite quickly. I just every so often I'll realise, like, oh, I couldn't do this a couple of years ago, or like this was kind of too rusty a few years ago. And I think one of the main things it's given me, actually we were just talking in the short break just about teaching as well. And I think one of the main things it's given me is exploring music in a way where I'm not, my ego isn't present. Like, it's not about me in any way. And that has helped me get past my inner critic in a way that I'm not sure I could have done as effectively if I were only a performer.
But when you talk about your inner critic, what does that what does that mean for a performer?
Yeah, it's the perfectionist thing. I think to be really good at something, you probably have to be a perfectionist to some degree, but then there's a point where it stops serving you and it holds you back. And that's one of the main things I think that I am working on with students, is when they got to that point, they got into music college, but then it's like, well, how are you gonna really explore and really be free and really be creative? And it's the inner critic, it's the voice that says, I can't really think of something. Oh, it's not going to be very good. Oh, I won't do that in case I mess it up. And
you can't put it to bed.
And you can't put it to bed.
No.
And so it's this analogy of, like, if you've got a bucket of paint, like, or you've got a can of paint, like, you actually don't really know what color it is until you open it. You don't really know what it's going to look like till you put it out on the canvas. And I think just one of the things I've been exploring is just putting sound out there and then working out what it is and just making something of it. And I don't know that I would have felt brave enough to do that were I not asking other people to do it first.
No, that's true. I mean, Mark, for you, as a jazz pianist, you don't play the same thing twice ever. I've never ever heard you play the same thing twice. Well, what happens on tour though? When you're with Katie Melua, you have to play. Is there room for breathing then, or not?
There's little bit of improvisation involved in that, but it's generally
chords
all
and
worked
charts.
out.
And,
Well, it's all. I mean, you do get a chance to sort of improvise a bit when you're rehearsing, but then once the parts are fixed and you go out on the road, it's quite composed, organised music, and you do tend to play the same thing every night. But I enjoy that as well. I wouldn't want to do that all the time. I enjoy doing it for a couple of months, because the beauty of that is when you get to play 40 shows with the same band, 6 shows a week, the music just comes onto a level where it's so together, and you know everything back to front, and so your brain is kind of free to focus on all the details of the music, the dynamics, and being really tight, and all the little corners, and that feeling of going out and you strike up with a band and you've got your own crew, the sound is great and the band is so comfortable is kind of one of the most pleasurable things about music. And you often don't get to do that in a jazz situation because there isn't the budget for 2 weeks rehearsal, and it's very interchangeable.
So explain, I think this is what people don't quite understand out there, and I don't know whether people here understand. The way that jazz musicians work is they go, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's about it. And I've seen you just walk into a place and you know the standards and you know that it's in B flat minor or whatever key you're playing it in, and then that's off they go, and they go to their breaks and their solos, and then they carry on. And for most of us, we're going, what? How does that work? Most of us who aren't jazzers, as an opera singer, we'd rehearse for 6 weeks. So it was absolutely, you could not, anything but perfection. I used to count how many mistakes I made. Sue said, how did you do it? Coming from Covent Garden. She said, how did you do it? I said, well, I made 4 mistakes. And I knew exactly what 4 mistakes they were. In 4 hours, I knew what they were. And I'd mark them down, and I'd make sure I didn't make those mistakes, but next time I made 4 new mistakes. That's how it often worked. But perfectionism, Nick, in your field of filming, because you are well known now as your film company. You are known for being able to turn around something. You've gone and filmed something like Yo Valley, Yogurt, and you have to turn it around very quickly. How much is perfectionism? How much does that drive you?
I think you have to work at it to become a perfectionism, and I think it's something that you have to keep on doing and doing and doing and doing. Something that I spoke to you about a while ago, about you had to do it again and again and again. When you're talking about opera, you have to rehearse it again and again and again until it becomes just, you know, if you're talking about quick turnarounds in an edit, I have to know exactly what I'm doing. When I'm filming, I know exactly what I'm filming for the edit, so that when it comes around to it, I'm like, well, I know exactly how this all lays out.
So it's called shooting to edit.
Yeah.
So you shoot what you know you're going to be able to cut in and do everything. But do you find it a challenge? Do you like it still? You know, because you've been doing it for 10 years.
Do I like it?
Do you like it still?
Yeah, I guess so.
There are days.
There are days. I mean, you don't enjoy your job. I mean, you do. Yeah, I love my job because it's something unique, and I don't. What do they say? If you do a job you love, you'd never work a day in your life. No. That's rubbish, because you work your bottom off. You work. You work so hard to do something that you want to be really good at. Yeah. So you have to work at it, and like, of course, you're going to have days where you just go, "This is arduous," and this is like so monotonous. But then you come out with it, and I think as well, when you work at something like that, you see it from the beginning to the end, and the only people who aren't seeing that are the audience. So they're really going to like it. Yeah. Yeah. So when you're creating it, you can get sick of it quite easily.
Yes.
And just get used to maybe how quite good it is.
You have to build resilience for that, don't you?
100%.
And it's like, I think you have to know your craft as well as practice being creative. And I think I was just thinking about my composition teacher, who's a pianist, who was saying that he used to practice scales like just going like with just his little finger, just in case he found himself in a corner where, you know, he had to do that. Like, you know, if you're improvising, you don't necessarily know what situation you're going to find yourself in. I guess my version of that is that I do at least one lesson with all my students when they're quite new, where we practice making mistakes, or like what they perceive as making mistakes, and we try really hard. Because that actually, and I get them to record it so that they can hear afterwards. It's a completely different experience hearing the thing as an audience than comparing it with what you intended or what your adrenaline level is.
Intentions. I think that's the big thing. Yeah. In the audience, can you think? I mean, as you're listening to this, are there questions you want to ask particularly about performances and things like that, and what we've been talking about? Is perfectionism a good thing? Any questions that have arisen? I'm just really asking. Anything? Can you think of anything? If you can, what we'll do is we'll have a song. If you can think of some questions, then we'll just pass it around. The song I'm going to do is quite a difficult one to do because it's in multiple sections, and we recorded this. Mark, it goes da-dun, 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 da-dun. What was her name? Mariah Carey did it. So, and it was.
Can you guess what it is from the?
Da-dun, 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 da-dun.
What's the song?
All I want for Christmas.
And so Mark and I, Mark said to me, we're doing the pre-production in this for the album Christmas Time, and we're sitting there in his studio in Peacehaven, and he said, "Oh, just I love the chords of this, but it should be much more beautiful, much more of a relaxed ballad." So we recorded it, and he said, "Do you mind if I just put my thing?" He always has one track. He just says, "Let me alone on this, and I'll just do my thing." And he did his thing, and it came back, and it was almost impossible to sing because it's quite high, and it sits. I remember being in the studio recording it with the technician. You weren't in the vocal session, and it was, and I couldn't. It was my kidney was just, I think, and I had it done. I just got it. I just had it done, and I was just worn out. I couldn't function properly. And I was in there standing, it was going higher and higher, and I was thinking, please, I can't, I'm an old man, leave me alone. So now I've got the help of Claire to sing it through, and the boys, we did it once, we hope we can find our way through it. Let's see the geography. Here, all I want for Christmas is you, Sue. Because you're not getting any presents, that's all I'm going to say to you.
I'll do the intro once.
Christmas. There's just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. Come on, give it to us, love. Come on.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. And I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you.
I don't need to hang my stocking there upon the fireplace. Santa Claus will make me happy. Wear the toy on Christmas Day. I just want you for my own. I do name, there we go, it's around. I done made my do-do-do, whatever the words are. Bad and mistletoe. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. All the lights are shining so brightly everywhere, and the sound of children's laughter fills the air.
And everyone is singing. I hear the sleigh bells ringing.
Santa, won't you bring me the one I really need? Won't you please bring my baby to me? Oh, I don't want to block the Christmas. This is all I'm asking for. I just want to see my baby standing right outside my door. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. All I want for Christmas is you. There we go.
Slamming.
Well, I'm marked for that. I lost the words halfway through. Who cares?
It's all right. Nobody knows.
Wasn't noticeable. No, I just went la 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 la. Oh well, there you go.
That
What
was
do we-
fantastic. I love that.
Hey,
That was
you two.
brilliant.
See, this is what I used to find with these two. They have a symbiotic relationship as a rhythm section. So they just make it up together, and they just suddenly go boom, and they create a different sound, a different rhythm halfway through. Mark starts to lead with he starts to do da 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 da, creating a different thing, and then you two kick off with something else. That's what I always loved about your playing, is that I never knew what was going to happen in a nice way. It was nice because the two of you would look at each other and do something, even down to the live show when we did. I can't remember what the song was, but you changed something in the live show, and it was so good, it worked so well. You swap forwards between you, so it's that kind of thing. Anyway, We've got to move on. One of the things I want to sing for you now, I'm going to do a song for you, which is one specially for Lorraine Cooper. And Lorraine has been through a lot herself. She lost Michael, was it
2 years ago.
2 years ago now. And she came to the away day recently and was a real, and I'm going to use that old word, blessing to us, as she shared her own journey and how difficult it was having lost Michael. We sung "It Is Well With My Soul" on that particular day, and when we knew that he'd gone, whilst we were literally meeting in that place, and it was probably the most moving time I've ever sung. When peace like a river, and it was when peace like a river attendeth my way. We sung that, and then it is well. All of us in the room, 60 plus, would just sung "It is well with my soul," and we knew it was well with his soul, and it is well with hers as well. So Lorraine, you wanted me to mention something tonight about those that have been looking after you, Reverend George and Bonnie, who were just very instructive. The last. On the way day, they were absolutely fantastic, absolutely brilliant,
Yeah, absolutely
fantastic. I found them to be really helpful during that time. And it was at the time when my mother was starting to fade, and I thought, that he was really good, actually, just calming me down, bringing me to a good spot. One of those good people of life. You don't meet them everywhere, but an awful lot of them are in this community and have kept this community alive for years and years now. And Mark and I, the recordings that we made, all because of the community who made it possible. We were probably the only people working and recording during lockdown, I was going to say. We were. Managed to do 3 albums because of your generosity. But for this one, I sing for you, Lorraine, and for Bonnie and for George. Mary, Did You Know? One of my
can I
favourite songs.
also say,
you've
this
been-
is also for Erica, whose
on
birthday, I don't know, doesn't really matter. I'm just saying that we want it for Erica as well because it was her birthday yesterday.
Erica Clegg.
Erica Clegg, 82
Excellent.
yesterday.
82, goodness gracious me. Okay. So let's have a nice, gentle tempo. You know that. You've got the structure, haven't you? G minor. Yeah.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? This child that you delivered one day deliver you. Mary, did you know that your baby boy will give sight to a blind man? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will calm the storm with his hand? Did you know that your baby boy has walked where angels trod? When you kiss your little baby, you kiss the face of God. Mary, did you know? Mary, did you know? The blind will see, the deaf will hear, the dead will live again. The lame will leap, the dumb will speak, the praises of the Lamb. Mary, did you know? Mary, did you know? Mary, did you know that your baby boy is Lord of all creation? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will one day rule the nations? Did you know that your baby boy is heaven's perfect lamb? The sleeping child you're holding is the great Mary, did you know? Mary, did you know? 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 Mary, did you know? Mary, did you know? It's a slow one. Do you get that one down?
Got it in the end, yeah.
Lovely.
Found the final note, yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, you should have a bass solo. We've got a few more minutes left, so we're going to sing a few more. I thought we could do. Now we were going to do "Go Tell It on the Mountain," but do you remember that one? Over the hills, just the G. I think it was F to G, wasn't it? We haven't really we haven't practiced it, but we could give it a shot. Go tell. So this is literally as it happens. He goes, "Go to the mountain." Ooh, it sounds like Beach Boys, doesn't it? Now, while we're waiting, any questions that come up to you? Anything that arose that you think, oh, you'd like to ask the question? Go on, yeah, pass that back.
Thanks. I was thinking about what you were saying about perfectionism and kind of reflecting that there's a perfectionism in knowing your craft, but that's different from letting it out, as it were. And particularly, I guess, in jazz, when you're saying, I know everything about how this works, I know how the dynamics work, I know where the chords are, I know the scales, and I've really got that down, I've practiced that. But when I let go and I'm working with other musicians who know what they're doing, then there's a freedom within the perfectionism, if that makes sense. Yeah?
Yes.
Is that fair enough?
Does that?
Someone to just quickly says that maybe one of the words for that is automaticity, like is when things the isolated skills you need about the craft become automatic. I think it's maybe touching on what you were saying about the Katie Melua band experiences, that like when certain things are automatic, you don't need to use your brain for those, and so you can be freer in the moment for the things you do want your brain for. But you were going to say something.
I think I did an interesting thing about improvising, playing jazz, and a misconception is that there are no wrong notes and that you're just playing whatever you want. I don't know if this is really answering your question, but And also, I think with improvising, a lot of people think, how on earth do you do that? How do you just kind of, as if you're just coming up with something out of thin air? But actually, it's a language. It's a very exact language, and there are wrong notes and right notes, and you do beat yourself up when you make a mistake or play a wrong note. Often you hear things or things that aren't executed well. And in a way, even though you can be completely free within that, you are trying to be really accurate, really tight with the band and be really clear and intentional about what you're playing. And so it is you feel that you come off often off jazz gigs and think, oh, just didn't nail it, or didn't have a great feel tonight. It's not this sort of free for all where nothing matters. But yeah, absolutely. I think doing that kind of classical music or something which is very, very disciplined and prescribed, if you do, or even in pop music, as I said, that gives you that sense of what a band feels like when it's really together, and you kind of want to bring that into an improvised situation as well. I mean, even if it's completely free jazz where you really can do whatever you want, you still want it to feel very cohesive, and you're really listening to everything, and you want to execute exactly what you want to do really well. So, but yeah, I mean, it's the same thing as lots of rehearsal brings freedom with bands. You know, I've heard in churches people saying, "Oh, we don't want to rehearse because we want it to be spontaneous. It would be better if we don't rehearse," and that is absolutely nonsense. It's like the more you rehearse, the more free you are to give your mind to the sort of details and the really creative elements.
No, I mean that's just not the case. It's to say, "Oh no, let it all be. It'll be fine." Because what you have, particularly in churches, is a bunch of people who don't play their instruments from one week to the next, who are good, who are fine, they're adequate, but you cannot have that freedom unless you can play. I think actually by the time these boys were, Nick started. How old were you when you were playing the drums? When you started playing the drums?
10? No. Yeah, 10.
10, yeah. And then we built this the next year or something like that. It was 10. It was 10. And so the boys got proficient. And so actually sitting in the front here every Christmas, the Slater family, all of us, would be up front on Christmas Day with the boys playing the brass and my boys playing the band and me leading it, and Julia singing, Sue singing, Simon singing, and
later discovered.
That old chestnut.
I used to say, just turn him down, he'll be fine. No, not at all. And happy memories of singing in the bleak midwinter. You know, one of my great memories of the whole family singing in harmony. And so but they had to become. I said to Matthew right at the beginning, you have to be at a certain level before you can play with me, otherwise it's embarrassing. So you've got to be able to play. So Dan started picking up the bass and becoming obsessive about it. Actually, you were obsessive about the bass playing, and so you got together and played, and so you became that. But that freedom only comes, I find, when we're improvising here, but we know what we're doing, kind of. You know, all five of us know what we're doing, and we can.
I think a lovely analogy for that is when you're learning your first language.
Yes.
Like, I think, we haven't scripted what we're saying, but we're fluent in our mother tongue.
Yes.
And so, like, some of the things that happen when you're learning your mother tongue is like actually what we know from recent sort of research is that your larynx actually is the first sort of thing to physically respond as you hear the human voice. That your body actually is assimilating that information before.
Chart.
We got any more charts for Go?
Have you got a chart for Go Tell It?
Sorry, Claire. You had a really good point.
We had to give it.
But that's also an important point. But yeah, your larynx is actually learning that, and you hear so much language before you start using it, and then you're just copying sounds and you're trying things, and then it's one word and you don't even know what it means, and you're just trying stuff out. I mean, one thing that blows my mind is realizing that kids can't read when they start talking, because I think about how things are spelled all the time when I'm trying to, think, things like that, and it's like kids saying the darndest things. Like, kids try out things and they sound hilarious and it's super cute, and it's like it's got to be the same with learning anything. You've got to have that safe space to explore it. But it's also
mistakes, don't you?
and we've had so many conversations in our lives that it's not terrifying to just have a conversation now. But it would be if we hadn't ever done it before.
Yeah, it's why highly introverted people find it very difficult to be thrown in the midst of a party. It's absolutely terrifying. I mean, definitely when I was younger, I had the terrible stutter and I couldn't bear to speak to people at all. And I couldn't. hello, how are you? And I go, I couldn't get the words out quickly enough. And they go, oh, got a problem, have you? It's like that. And eventually that just pushed me back. And I, like Dan, more of Dan's persuasion, I hid behind the piano. That's how it would be easier for me to be behind an instrument, and then I didn't have to talk to people. And it was like that. For a lot of us, we do that. Anyway, do you need a chart? Have you got one?
I've got another one. If not, I'll just...
Have you got another chart?
I might have. What key are we doing?
It's F to G, isn't it?
F. Oh, yeah, great.
Is that right? I think so.
Yeah.
This one,
we talk for 30 seconds.
I'll talk. Because we didn't rehearse this one, but we're going to do it, and we're going to be. Don't worry, everybody. We are going to be a bit late tonight. It's a party, so we're just going to have a bit of a. Yeah, it is. And we haven't got any. Yes, sorry, Nick.
I'm talking about the party.
No. What would you like to see at the
party?
party?
It's a birthday party for your daddy.
He's going.
Not his birthday yet.
My birthday soon.
Tomorrow. It will be the time we finish. Yeah.
I should have brought some sausage rolls.
So. My ship get there watching. It's about that speed, isn't it? So, go turn it on. Right, something like that. Why don't we count in and see what happens? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Two more times. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Mary's baby, he's not just an ordinary baby. Tell him the Savior is born. Shepherds kept their watching over silent flocks by night. Behold, throughout the heavens they shone a holy light. Oh, go tell it. Go tell it on the mountains, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountains. Mary's baby, he's not just an ordinary baby. Tell him the Savior is born. Ooh, how we go up? The shepherds fear and tremble while low above the earth rang out the angel chorus that hailed our Savior's birth. Oh, go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Come and sing. Go tell it on the mountain, Mary's baby, he's not just an ordinary baby. Tell him the Savior is born. Oh, come on now. Now in a lonely manger, a humble Christ was born, and God sent us salvation that blessed Christmas morn. I'm a company, sing it together now. Go tell it on the mountains, over the hills and everywhere. Go
tell it on the mountain. But Mary's baby, ordinary baby. He's not just an ordinary baby. He's not just an ordinary baby. Tell him the Savior is born. Tell him the Savior is born. Oh, he's born. There we go. How about that then? All right, Nick, we stop.
Sorry, thought we could swing it.
Oh, that's that. Well, that didn't go too badly. Did you know that one? That not that version. It was written by who's the guy who sings "Hey Laura, It's Me"?
Gregory Porter.
Jeffrey Porter.
Jeffrey Archer.
It wasn't written by him, but recorded. Recorded.
Gregory Porter.
Right.
Jeffrey Archer.
Jeffrey Archer.
Not many people know that.
Very unique.
He only wrote one tune.
Won't-
So it was a very good one.
Look, they haven't sung much. Oh, Little Town of Bethlehem. Can you play it in F major? Let's do a verse or two of a song, and then we'll sing a few songs. Then we'll all go home to bed. Well, actually, you will go home to bed, and you will go back to your bed. But we've got lots of people staying here tonight as well, so we've got the whole kind of shebang.
And we've got birthday cake to have as well.
Oh, birthday! Have we got a birthday?
Yeah, we've got Colin the caterpillar to eat.
Oh, Colin the Caterpillar.
Colin.
Thank you, Elaine, for that.
No,
Can you show the audience, please? Okay, hands up, those who bought Colin the Caterpillar cake. You do know how old I am, don't you?
You never grow out of Colin the caterpillar.
You jolly well do.
No,
is that
you
from
don't.
Asda or is it Marks and Spencer's?
Oh, Marks and Spencer's.
Sorry, Nick, do you mind?
Sorry. I'm going to stay in here until it's all dried up.
You are so
Sorry.
so disgusting.
Oh, it's gone around my back.
I say. What? Thank you for that, Nick.
Horrible.
Well, that was the comedy moment of the evening, right? Jolly good. And it's gone on the wall. That was disgusting.
Oh, no.
Don't do it. Don't wipe your nose on the curtains.
Carry on.
Right.
As you were.
I'm going to. So what? Oh, Little Town. Is that F? It came up and it said, on the advert on this thing, it says, you might be ignoring the first signs of dementia.
Well, how would we know?
As Sue said, look, that does look like me, doesn't it?
It does.
Now that look, okay, everybody. Don't know whether this is going to infringe copyright, but look at that. Look at that picture. Right? Tell me, that doesn't look like me.
Now imagine Dad goes, right, we're going to sing Go Tell It on the Mountain now.
Right, we're having a good time anyway. Oh, Little Town. Just sing a verse. See if you can sing it in harmony. You sing the soprano. Right, we've got one of the leading sopranos in the country today. Elaine sitting in the front. One of the leading altos in the section sitting in the front today. And we've got a bass sitting in the front today. And Gareth, you can sing the tenor line, right? And Andy, you just do what you can with what you've got, all right? There we go. You together? Oh, look, I think Elaine, thank you for doing that for me. Lorraine has just written in saying thank you for doing that for them. So she really appreciated everybody, and she's living off the A1 somewhere, I can't remember near wherever it is, and so it's lovely that we've done that for her. You ready to? Oh, little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie above thy deep and dreamless sleep. The silent stars go by, yet in thy dark street shineth the everlasting light. The hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight. You're going, we do how silently, how silently.
How silently the wondrous gift is given. So God imparts to human hearts the blessings of His hand. Knowing He is coming, but in this world of sin, where meek souls will receive Him, still the dear Christ enters in.
That's a special moment in a small room, isn't it? It's a fantastic thing to remember the reason for the season. And despite many of us having our doubts about the world and the way things are going, we come to you at Christmas with it's the same message, actually, that Jesus breaks into a world that is hurting. And the hurting continues. We look at it right across the globe. From Gaza hasn't stopped. There's no cease still, though there's a ceasefire. The Gazan people are still suffering terribly. I heard a report yesterday. People in Kiev, people in the Ukraine, the Russian people themselves are suffering. People across the world, in the Sudan, that your father has a particular passion for. All across the world, a little town of Bethlehem itself is not so peaceful. And it might be not so peaceful in your life this year. And we send you our fond love, Sue and I, and the whole community and the people here send you out during your difficulties and during your loss and your sadness. And you know I share in that loss. And today, at Christmas, there might be a place, actually, that should be my mother or your wife or your husband or whoever it is. And that's going to be a sadder part of Christmas. But in that darkness, it was what you were talking about earlier, we find the Jesus that breaks in with the light. The darkness cannot understand the light, but Jesus comes in as the light to lighten everybody that comes into the world. That's the kind of news that I love. That's what we live to share when we go out on the road. And we share with you tonight. Part of the thing that we just have a lot of fun and joy about playing music. But the words of these carols, they never fail to get me. They never fail to speak to me generation upon generation. Some of them going back to the 12th century, to people even beyond that, to glory to God in the highest, to peace on earth and goodwill to men. The shepherds, the humble shepherds, the ordinary people see that something dramatic has happened, and it's so exciting to be part of that. That was my little sermon. I hadn't prepared that. But, Sue, have you got any notices you want to give?
Oh, far too late for notices, my darling.
Anything that you want to say, though? Go on screen. Can you go on screen?
I can
just,
go on screen. There we are.
Talk a little bit about just the away day in the Lake District.
Yes, we have got... so Rachel's going to help me out here. Yes, hello, Rachel. Thank you very much. So we got the JV away day up at Thornley. Well, it's an away weekend, really. So on the 24th of April to the Sunday, the 26th of April, we are going to be at Thornley Hotel, which is a wonderful, hospitable place. And we're going to have fun. We're going to have time to just sit and talk to each other and to really engage with one another and to share faith and to share fun and games, and to share music, of course. So that's Friday the 24th of April, going through to the 26th on the Sunday. But if you wanted to stay over until the Monday, then that is a facility as well. So you just need to, if you go onto the QR code that you can see on that screen, then please do that, or go to jvlive.uk/JV North, or indeed go directly to Thornley Christian Hotel, and they will help you out. But we look forward to seeing you there. Apart from anything else, be lovely. That's it.
I think we've got a great new term being planned for you next term. Great speakers that have already been asked, and we're planning the dates in for that. And some great musicians that are going to come back in. And I hope Mark will come towards the end of the summer term. If we can come in and just do some fun. I don't know what we'll do. I have no idea. And Claire, no doubt, at some point will be coming back in to share her latest project and doing some stuff. And hopefully we'll have a session when the boys can come in and do something that they do of their own, actually, and play some stuff. We've got a lovely singer-songwriter from my university, 19-year-old boy, absolute treasure, great songwriter. He's going to come in and do a session for us. So we've got, and Bryn Howarth, of course, who will be coming back, we hope, later, not to mention Sue Rinaldi, who will be coming in, one of our firm favourites, and she'll be coming in to do a session. I thought, actually, we couldn't possibly do this without putting Mark under the spotlight for the chord, the lost chord. I think it's DG. I think that's the one, isn't it? That's the one. I'm just reminding you. DG. All right. Yeah. All right. And this one that I've sung for years, and we recorded it in the studio back in the day. Was it ICC? Yes, it was ICC Studios. And you came in. I said it last time. You came in, and you were. We had no. You hadn't. I don't think you'd met Claire before. No. And Claire came in and took control. It was brilliant. She just took control of the whole studio. And she just went, ba-doom, right, this is what we're going to do. And we sat there, and we got it all done. She'd have got a train to catch. So that was that.
I
and
remember it at all. It's really funny.
It was fantastic. And the song went on to be one of the songs that has been most remembered, His Eye is on the Sparrow.
Why should I feel discouraged? And why should the shadows come?
Oh, why should my heart feel lonely and long for heaven and home?
When Jesus is my portion, a constant friend is He. His eyes on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow. And I know He watches.
I know He watches.
Yes, I know He watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. His eye is on that little sparrow, and I know He watches.
Yes, I know He watches.
Yes, I know He watches you and me.
was gone. She leaned over and she looked at me and smiled and went, and I could see her saying, "But are you really all right?" Oh, I think actually grief catches you at weird moments, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Weird moments, and that was suddenly put me in mind of my mother. And I had no idea what it put you in mind of, but it certainly...
It certainly touched a number of people in the community.
It did. It did, I'm sure. And so we come to the end, boys. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. In fact, before we do that, let's do the chestnuts.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you can play the last one, which is the...
Do you want me to play chestnuts?
Chestnuts? Is it? It's not really, is it?
Chestnuts.
Don't play chestnuts.
Oh. We'll just have a... Yeah, just clean up my tears.
Possibly put the air conditioning back on.
Yeah.
Just get through the last few.
It's got a bit humid in here, isn't it?
Just a bit of water. Before I get through these couple of last songs, and then and Mark's on his way back to Peacehaven tonight, and I'll get you back home.
I've got the car.
Have you got the car? Oh, excellent. Right.
Thank you then.
Chestnuts. Roasting on a fire. I think what key we're in, D flat?
Yeah.
That's the key we originally recorded in. If you listen to the album on Spotify, or hopefully you've got the vinyl. It's the last one we did in the session. And we just went, I said, I want to record this. I want to key. She said, what key is it? I said, I don't know. She said, I think D flat major, which is a hard key to play on the piano for me. So he said, okay, D flat. It's a great key. And it goes, chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping on your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. Yes.
They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh, and every mother's child is gone to spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly.
Oh, and so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. There you are. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Although it's been said, many times, many ways, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. Thank you very much. As we, excellent. The last one we're going to do for you tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, have you enjoyed yourselves? Great. Has it been worth coming?
Yes.
I hope so. And we hope you had a real balanced evening of good fun, some chitter-chatter and finding out about things. And thank you to all of you who come, made the effort from all the way from Wales, from up the road in Surrey, just up the road, in fact, 5 minutes away, and from all the way from Enfield, for goodness sake, all the way from Croydon, all right, we look forward to, and all the way from Bath, and all the way from Godalming, and all the way from down the road. And you, Mark, all the way from Peacehaven, which you've got to get back to tonight. You got a gig tomorrow?
No.
Oh, you're off?
I've got two days off, sort of.
What are you going to do?
First time in a long time.
Family coming?
Shopping.
Oh, shopping.
No, my wife's going away.
What?
My wife's going away for a couple of days, so it's my chance to go see
to
Christmas
get your
shopping and a bit of...
You got the whole family coming?
Christmas, yeah.
2
weeks off.
2 weeks.
2 weeks off.
2 weeks off.
Christmas, yeah.
Right, fantastic. That's
Whoa,
great.
amazing.
And I think most of you retired, and so you're all off. It's just Dan. When are you back to school?
5th. Yeah, thanks. 5th. Let me think about going back to school. 5th of January.
5th of January. You got a nice period off, and we got the family here. We got everybody here for 2 or 3 days, and it's going to be lovely to have it. Nick, are you working tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm self-employed, so I never really stop.
Welcome to our world. That's it. Yeah. Exactly it. Well, it's been fantastic, and David has been just the ministries of David in the studio trying to make things work, and the cameras. He's been able to be focused on everybody, which is brilliant. I have no idea what it looks like. We shall find out. Rachel, who has been behind the scenes.
Oh, she
we
has
won't
been
hear from
working
Rachel.
so hard.
I don't think. Rachel, are you there?
On the microphone, she's been working really, really hard. I can see it now.
Are you
she's
there?
Busy.
Oh, yeah.
She's there. There she is. Give a round of applause for Rachel. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, get back to mixing. Thank you, love. Thank you, Rachel, for coming all the way from Barrow Furnace. So it's been lovely having you. We're going to just sing "Have Yourself a Merry Little," which is the last song on the album we did, and we don't unfortunately have Ben Castle doing the saxophone solo. But I always imagine this song as we finish. This song is the one we imagined it to be. It's 9 o'clock on Christmas Day, right? The kids have opened all the presents. If you've got kids there, the mayhem of the day has subsided. Okay, you've got up early to probably go to church or whatever. When we were doing church first thing, and remember all those happy days of getting to church, the crack of dawn to rehearse, and getting the boys out after they'd opened their stockings, and then you'd come back, and the whole family would be there, and Sue would be cooking a lunch for 54, and it was all. But this song always feels to me late night. You've got, if you like the kind of thing, a brandy in your right hand. And you're the candles on and the fire's in the background, and you're just thankful. You're just relaxed, thankful that you've had your family there. It's been a good time, and so have yourself a merry little Christmas. Thank you, everybody.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away.
as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. And through the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star upon the highest bough. Last solo of the evening, go on. Go on, pump it out, go on. Olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. And through the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. Here we go. Hang a shining star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Edwards on piano, Claire Wheeler, Dan Veira on bass, Nick Veira on horn, and me, Jonathan Veira, saying Happy Christmas. Now, go off, be blessed. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and give you his peace. And the Lord turn his face towards you and be gracious to you. Thank you so much. Thank you to Rachel. Thank you to Elaine. Forgot to thank Elaine, who's helped us so much this last week. And to all of you at various times who've been part of our lives this last year. Thank you so much. And we will see you in the new year. That will do. Thank you very much.